Georgia Satellites, keep your hands to yourself. This goes out to Art Gross, my dad. Here we go. Great song. Really a big chunk of the song is the concept of that honky-tonk riff back and forth. He does several variations. We got to pick something because it's a lesson and I got to teach you it. So I'm going to teach you 2 variations that go on. Plus, where the verse comes in, that's actually where that second variation is going to come in. Okay, so when we start this, he's palm muting. Open A, 2nd fret D, 1st finger. Put an angle on it so it serves as a mute for the below strings. And when you see a guitar player put his thumb up here, usually he's not pushing the fret or the string down, he's actually using that as a form of muting as well. The longer you play, the more that comes into play, but I like to bring up the early things all the time, because sometimes it can make the difference in your playing now. Okay, so we're palm muting, we're hitting the A and D, open A, and believe it or not, that's most of it. Now go open A, 4D, hit them both in the open A. Honky tonk riff, it's been around forever, everyone's used it. So you're going to just play those 4 things back and forth. What he does at partway through, after the 4th time of palm muting, he removes the palm muting and does it without, and it really kind of boosts the volume because we're not muting, and muting is a form of dampening. So here's the muting part. Then keep going. No palm muting though. Start singing. Change. The transition. I like to catch the little things, like I said. So when he changes, you'll hear it. It's obvious where I didn't count them. It's probably 32 times of the open 2 to the open 4. But he'll transition with the open D and G. All players that have been playing for a while do that, and unless you're a music teacher, a lot of times you don't realize you're doing it. It's a natural thing, so don't be like, I'm not hearing that. It's just a smooth segue to get from A and D to D and G. So right here, watch. Start with the open D. And then do the same thing you were doing, but on the 2nd fret G, open D. Exact same 4 things. See? Then you do it on the way back. So that one's like 4 times back and forth. But I think the open on there is the A and D. Right there. And then you're back to the first part. No palm muting. So that one's 4 times as well. Coming out of it, go up to you're going to do the same thing. Open low E, which is your top string, your thickest string, string 6, and 2nd fret A string. Do 2 times of the 2 4s, the same, right? It'll go. And then if you listen close, a lot of people miss this because I've watched a few covers of it as well. He goes. Then. So he goes straight to the E5 power chord after that, was just open E, 2nd fret A, hitting them together. 1 E, 1 E, and a 2 E. 1 E and a 2 E. That's a 16th note rhythm. In other words, hit it 6 times. Middle finger 3E, and it's interesting how it sounds to me is like he picks it, bends it a half step, but a lot of times with bends it's like he lets it ring, then bends it a half step, and so you get this transition of a G to a G sharp, which emulates, right, to the open A, 2nd fret D, and hit those together. Okay, that gets us through section 1. And the next thing is this intro lead that is so famous. Hold on. Yeah. They're double stops. You're gonna bar fret 5 on the E and B. With your first finger, go 1, 2, 3, 4 on both those strings. Third finger, bar 7, G and B. So we have, and then first finger, 5G, middle finger 6G, and then barred 5th fret E and B. Now on some of those where he's going, you can hear like he might be doing a double stop on those. He's not super consistent with it. Excuse me. Because in reality it's not that big of a deal. What the big deal is the melody line within it, which is right. So do that again. So it's twice. But the second time, don't do 4 times on the double stop here. Just do 1. Barred 5th fret E and B. So the rest is the same. Then we have this whole step bend. 7th fret G, use your 3rd finger, back it with the middle. You can keep this index hovering over the 5th fret E and B, or pushing down if you want. Bend it a whole step, and then hit the 5 EB. So, little trick I'll show you that a lot of people don't explain. When you get off that bend, because it's not a bend release, it's just a bend, letting it drop onto the tip of this finger. If you don't, it'll go and be messy. So pay attention to the minor details. It'll make a difference in your playing and how clean you are. So we have then he goes. These are tough if you haven't done them. Bending and releasing double stops. Slash from Guns N' Roses does these a lot. You're going to do 7 on the E and B. I back it with the middle and the index. And do bend release. Push up. But keep pressure into the neck. When you bend, you're going to feel like that high E string is going to plop out. If it does, a lot of people on YouTube are just going, using 2 fingers. I'm not against that, but I think you should get used to doing it as a bar as well. So, bend release and then 5 EB, and do that again. So 7 GB, hit it once, short rest, and then now we're going to do a bend release pull off on this one. Talk about tough. So I'm bend releasing and pulling off the double stop to 7D, and then barred 5th fret E and B. So double up that bend release double stop on the G and B. So oops. So here's the whole solo there in the intro. That rings out as the vocals kick in, and when I told you at the beginning of this lesson there's a variation, hope I remember the variation. It was like a several of them in there, but here's one. Open A, 2D. You could do the intro, which is for this. That's basically what he's doing. He's just, like I said, we have an A go-to and a B go-to, which is what you're going to be, but technically there's probably 4 or 5 variations he's using throughout, minor changes. Open A, 2D, rest, and then palm mute the rest. Open 4, A, D, so right back to open 2, 3 times, so, and then open 4. And that's all palm muted. The only thing that's not palm muted is the initial hit. Just kidding. None of that is in there, but I couldn't help myself. It was a musical ADD moment. So anyways, there you go. Georgia Satellites. Keep your hands to yourself. It goes out to Art Gross. And everyone else who's here, welcome. My channel name is youtube.com/rockinguitarlessons1. Be sure to subscribe. Comments always welcome. Request. Who knows? Yeah, I have over 3,000 requests, but if you don't request, one thing's for sure, you won't ever get your song. So I randomly pick them. And who knows, yours could be next. Email rockinguitarlessons@hotmail.com if you're interested in some private lessons on Skype. 30 and 60 minutes per week, same day, same time, or bi-weekly. Hit me up at that email I just gave you, and I'll give you the details. Shoot you over my cell number, and we can set you up on a day and a time that works. There's details below here in the description. On my website, which is rockinguitarlessons.com, and there's tutorials on this channel, several of them. So you shouldn't have any trouble finding information about it. And CVT and CT lessons, custom video tablature and custom tablature. It's a paid service I offer. You let me know what it is you want done. I transcribe by ear, handwrite the tabs, timestamp everything, do EQ and effects guesstimations, and they're very, very detailed and thorough. That's a CT lesson. I scan the tabs, send them to your email. CVT is the same thing, but it has a video that gets uploaded to the channel, so you got the audio and the visual. So until next time, I'm Mike Gross, Rockin' Guitar Lessons 1. That's the YouTube name, remember? All right, see you guys.